Hello, and welcome to a proposal for the Boston Healthy Heart Initiative, improving the cardiovascular health of our city. Before we get into the program, here's a little background about how Boston is broken down into different neighborhoods and some of the socio-demographics of said neighborhoods. As we see here, there are two examples. We have Back Bay, which is a very wealthy community similar to other areas such as Fenway. And we can see some demographics broken down. 72% white, 10% Latinx or Hispanic, 10% Asian, 5% Black or African American. The average household income is $141,947, and the median home value in this area is $1,293,750. Compared to Mattapan, which is a low-income area of Boston, similar to Dorchester and Roxbury or East Boston, we have 75% Black population, 16% Latinx, 3.6% white, and 1% Asian. So quite different from what we're seeing in Back Bay, and that's reflected in the average household income being about a third of what we see in Back Bay. The home value is also significantly less. And some background on cardiovascular disease. Right now, it is the global leading cause of death, also the leading cause of death in Boston, Massachusetts, and half of the United States population has been diagnosed with some form of cardiovascular disease. It's characterized by a disease of the heart and blood vessels, which typically includes the buildup of arterial fat deposits and plaques, and can result in aortic heart valve issues, which lead to stroke, heart failure, and then potential cardiac arrest. Some determinants of cardiovascular diseases, common modifiable determinants are smoking habits, obesity, physical inactivity, and poor nutrition. Some common social determinants are race, poverty, economic instability, racial segregation of community neighborhoods, the availability of food, and the neighborhood environment. There are also other factors beyond personal and social. There are environmental, genetic, and socioeconomic. But for the case of this study, we'll be focusing on some of the modifiable determinants. So CVD and Boston. How is Boston being affected? Well, we see differences in the two example areas that we highlighted previously. In Mattapan, there are higher rates of chronic psychological stress, loneliness, and depression. And we see that reflected in the annual cardiovascular disease mortality rate of 157.4 deaths per 100,000 residents. Compared to the high-income area of Back Bay, annual cardiovascular mortality rates are just about half of what we see in Mattapan, and these numbers are reflected by similar areas as well. So areas such as Dorchester and Roxbury and East Boston have similar rates to Mattapan, whereas wealthy areas such as Fenway, the North End, and it also see similar rates to Back Bay. So what is the Boston Healthy Heart Program trying to accomplish here? Well, we would like to build a more healthy community by increasing education, improving individual diet and exercise, and making healthier choices more accessible. The program plan is going to rely on using the health belief model to improve the way an individual perceives the control over their own health and their self-efficacy. Um, the program is going to focus on at-risk adolescents, and they're going to be those who choose to participate will be enrolled in after-school fitness programs that provide the opportunity for healthy education, diet education, and as well as a setting for physical activity. Um, Using cultural relevant education will be a main focus of the program, and we hope that this will help to maintain program engagement and long-term participation and perception of health. Um, So we hope to partner with existing schools to get these programs set up, as we hope that they already have available space, and there wouldn't be any transportation concerns, and the individual could just stay after school. Similar programs have been studied, one called KidFit, successfully decreased overall adipose tissue of enrolled children who were overweight and at risk of obesity. Adolescent education programs, have also been effective at increasing heart health knowledge, physical activity and fitness, as well as decreasing the BMI of participants. Education programs also have positive implications for long-term fitness and health, and it is our hope that the knowledge gained at programs, at the Boston Healthy Heart program, will go home with the child and enter into their community. Hopefully, that healthy cardiovascular knowledge will spread. So here's our program goals and objectives. Let me see if I can move my webcam. Our first goal is to increase regular physical activity among the at-risk youth population. There are a couple objectives associated with this, which include listing 3 healthy physical activities that do not require gym membership, and increasing physical activities to at least 30 minutes per day for 5 days a week. Our second goal, improve the diets of at-risk individuals living in low-income neighborhoods of Boston. And several objectives are associated with this. We'd like to have participants communicate at least 5 healthy eating alternatives, communicate the benefits of eating healthy, and hopefully replace 50% of their unhealthy food choices with healthier options. Evaluating our program. Several questions are associated with this. The first evaluation question will be measured through post-program cross-sectional study. The data collected at the end of the program will be compared with information collected during the preliminary stage of the intervention, and survey answers from participants will be compared to determine if the participants' knowledge has improved following the completion of the program. Our second evaluation question will collect data on the activities of program participants, and findings will be compared to the activities of community members who are not a part of the program. The evaluation will allow Boston Healthy Heart to determine if the participants are utilizing knowledge gained from the educational program, and if the initiative has resulted in an increase in heart healthy activities. Finally, our last evaluation question will compare the overall cardiovascular data collected from Boston residents with that of other states. The City of Boston tracks the cardiovascular health of its residents annually, and the impact of the education could be internally determined by comparing the cardiovascular data collected prior to the program with annual findings following the program's initiation. Thank you very much. We hope you will consider funding our program.